Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I eat in a day. I haven't done this since, do you know what? I think I did this video for muscular strength around 5 years ago, and I was on a completely different diet back then, and so things have changed so much, and I kind of wanted to update you guys with what I'm doing and what my new goals are. And hopefully, you know, if you are someone that's confused as to what to eat, this might give you some ideas. There is no right and wrong. As I said, I've done many diets, and each one of those diets had something that I could take from or learn from at the time. So no regrets, and it's all about learning and doing what works for you. That's my favorite quote, as you all know. Do what works for you. Bye, Diesel. That's my son. You're off.
Yeah.
He's off. See ya. You know, say hi to the people.
Give me
Come
a-
say hello.
No, no. Wow, I come in for a second.
He's gonna come in for a second.
Hi.
Everyone, this is Diesel.
Oh,
Hey. He is 6 foot. Oh, how tall are you?
6 foot.
You didn't even fit in the frame.
He's like 6 foot. I am 5 foot. Bye. Love you. Anyway, so yes, I have teenage children. I have 2 of them. That's the biggest one. He's 17. And the one that's still bigger than me, the youngest, is 15. They keep me busy, I tell you what. Anyway.
You were talking about how different diets were used at different...
Right, that's right. So I've done a lot of different diets, and they all taught me something along the way. And so now I'm on a new diet because I have new goals. And so... You need money. Oh, can we
As in
transfer?
cash money?
Can it be on card? Do we have cash money?
We can pay you through transfer if you've got cash.
Anyway, so this new diet that I'm on is something a little bit different to what I've done in a while. I'm normally on a low inflammation diet and working on like anti-aging and like, you know, digestion. So I've had to really readjust my thinking and what I'm used to do something like this. So I'm going to share it with you today.
So before you get stuck into it, do you mind if I ask you some questions so we can set the stage?
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you tell people how many meals you are currently eating in a day?
So I'm currently having 5 meals per day. Sometimes I will condense meal 4 and 5 depending on how busy I am. Not ideal, but that is something that I do. And when I do that, I'll just make larger portions of meal 4. And within those meals, I'm not snacking. So there's just solid meals.
The next question, are you eating the same calories every day?
I'm not eating the same calories every day. So when I am not training, the calories are a little bit lower. On training days, the calories are medium. And then there's one high day during the end of the week. Mostly on a leg day. I try and do it on a leg day, but that would be my high calorie day.
So what would you call that dietary approach?
So I would probably say at the moment I'm carb cycling. So that's the approach I'm doing at the moment. And it is focused on a lot of carbs for me anyway. And the goal is to get those carbs higher over time and get my metabolism working more efficiently. Because last time we spoke, I was on a lower carb approach. So this is me bringing it back up again. So first things first, when I do my morning cardio, which at the moment I'm doing 4 days a week, this is to kickstart my metabolism and get my body into a good fat burning zone first thing in the morning. I do this fasted, obviously, and I'll have Obliterex for this. This is by Nexus Nutrition. This is a thermogenic fat burner. As we know with fat burners, it doesn't actually burn your fat, but what it does do is boost your metabolism so that you're more efficient at burning fat. So that is the goal with that. It has things like caffeine in it, tyrosine, L-carnitine, coffee bean extract, all those type of things that basically get your metabolism firing in the morning or whenever you have it so that you're just more efficient. So if you haven't tried something like this before, give it a go because I actually really enjoy this. It makes me sweat so much. Moving on. So meal 1 is going to be 35 grams of carbs. So I'm going to have oats. I don't know if you've got scales at home, but you should definitely invest in some because it's hard to track your calories and your macros if you're not.
It's not hard, it's impossible.
So 65 grams for me. Oh, bang on. Not 66, 65. I just put that all over the floor. And then next I'm going to have 1 scoop of protein powder, and that is going to give me 25 grams of protein. Today I am using the Nexus Nutrition plant protein. I find plant proteins and pea proteins work really well with my gut. So yeah, this is just easily digested. This flavor is peanut butter flavor. Got chocolate in there as well, which is really, really nice. So the protein that's served for this is 20 grams, which is 1 heap scoop. I'm needing 25 grams, so I'm going to give myself a generous scoop. See that? There you go. Why does this always happen to me? I always spill everything. Do you know how many times I vacuum per day? Like a lot, because there's always stuff all over the floor. Okay, moving on. Next, my goal is going to be 7 grams of fat. So for me, that is 15 grams of almond butter. So once again, I will be weighing this. It's really sticky, so I hope I get this right, because once it's in my... That's 19 grams. Now I have to do this really gross like finger thing and put it back in. Oh, there we go, 14. Oh, now I feel guilty. Now I have to put like a little bit, 1 gram in. How precise do you want to be? Oh, 15, perfect. So this is what it's looking like right now. I'm gonna put some filtered water in there. So yes, I like to have mine with water. Some people might have theirs with like almond milk or something else. It really depends on what macros and calories you are working with. After that, I basically put it in the microwave for 1 minute, and it turns out to be really creamy and smooth, and the oats obviously expand. Anyway, so this is basically what it looks like. It's really super yummy. Heat it up, put some fruit on there if you want to. And yeah, that's basically meal 1. So moving on to meal 2, which is usually post-training for me after a heavy weight session. So I'll make sure that I have a really big carb meal. So at the moment I'm using baby red potatoes. You can use white or you can use sweet. I think I've got sweet over here somewhere. So you can use sweet potato, you can use white potato, you can use red potato, any type of potato that you enjoy. So the way that I like to have my red potatoes is to basically put them in the air fryer, because it's really, really quick. I haven't made them today. I should probably wash them, right? Are they pre-washed? Probably not. Let's do that. I feel like you should wash all of your vegetables just in case. You know, because you don't know where they've been and you don't know what hands have handled them. You know, like what if a farmer had gone to the toilet and got the potatoes but then didn't wash his hands, and then it went on a truck with more people that didn't wash their hands and then went through, you know. I think the more that you go there, I think the worse it gets. So just wash your vegetables. Then you'll be safe. You'll be okay. So the way that you chop your potatoes is up to you. I like to do little halves. It's really fun and easy. All right. To flavor it, I get these little packets. They're like little Italian herbs or some type of herb. That I just put on top. They've basically got no calories in them. So I like to sprinkle that on top. You can use olive oil if you like. I'm not going to, because I'm tracking my fat at the moment and I don't want to add extra, especially because I am having the olive oil in this meal on top, weighed. So I just don't want to mess with the macro sizes. But basically, this is what it looks like. You just chuck it in the air fryer. These will take around 20 minutes and bring them out and see what they look like after. So meal 2 for me is really, really simple. It's basically just a really lean beef mince. And I'm having this with my red skin white potato and the herbs that I showed you guys earlier, and 10 ml of olive oils. So this is really yummy. Post-workout training meal and just easy to make. I keep referring back to my piece of paper because it's got my meal plan basically written out.
And then you say basically.
Do I say basically a lot?
Well,
It's basically true. What they say about me.
Now you'll pick up on that.
Okay, meal 3. This is usually 2.5 hours after my training. And basically I've got some proteins. What are you laughing about?
Basically.
Did I say it again? Goodness gracious. I don't know what to say now. So, my meal 3, I have different proteins that I pick from and different carbs. But for today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit quicker and easier for this video. I'm going to be eating cat food. Not really, it's tuna. But it may as well be cat food because I feel like it smells the same. I'm going to be having...
You're like selling it here.
I am selling it. The choices. One of the choices that I like to have for this meal: chicken breast mince, turkey breast mince, lean beef mince, or egg whites or salmon with no added fat. So yeah, there's a list to get my 25 grams of protein, but as long as for this meal 3, there's 25 grams. In fact, all of my meals are 25 grams at least per meal of protein to hit my protein needs. So I'm going to use the tuna to do that today, which equals 1.5 cans of tuna. And you know what? The rest of what's left, I will give to the cats. So, so basically, get a good tuna. I've got spring water.
Thanks.
Oh, did I say it again? I feel like I'm saying it more because you pointed it out. My subconscious is like, say it again. Just say it again. All right, that's 1.5 kitty cats later. So that's my protein, 25 grams. And then I'm going to add rice, which I made earlier because my son, whom you saw earlier in this video, actually loves rice. So we share it. This is just basically white rice, long grain white rice. And I don't know about you guys, but when you make rice and then you open it the next day, there's this like, intense smell that comes out of it. And every time it happens, someone in the house is like, who farted? But it's just the rice. You know what I'm talking about. You know. I feel like I'm speaking to myself. It's so odd. I'm going to weigh this one. So my goal for my 3rd meal is to have, it's all written down, 25 grams of carbs, because we are tapering off the carbs towards the end of the day because I'm not as active. So yeah, 25 grams for this meal will be 90 grams of white rice, cooked weight. I'm always having to pinch stuff off to make sure it's that weight. Using my hands. Everyone's like, that's gross. It's not, because we're all family here. I'm not cooking for all my guests. It's just my own flesh and blood, my kids. So we're all the same. And then I'm going to do my fat sauce. So I'm going to take out that and use avocado today. And I'm going to use 7 grams of fat for this meal. So that will equal 45 grams of avocado. Everything is weighed. Yeah, perfect. And then just to kind of give the salad a nice little look, I'm going to put some spinach in there to make it look pretty. Obviously, you can add a little bit more of your own veggies. I like to keep things really simple. Simple girl. I'm all about the what it does for my body, not so much the taste, believe it or not. So, yeah. So I decided to add a couple of tomatoes to make it look colorful, and I haven't heated it up yet, which I will do, but this is the finished product. Okay, so meal 4 of the day is a little bit the same. So it's 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, and 7 grams of fat. So the carb sauce I'm going to be using today is sweet potato. I think it's good to use different types of food, so your body just doesn't get used to one thing. So I like to switch out my rice for the sweet potato, for the white potato, brown rice as well. So yeah, you can make it really, really interesting. Use your favorite foods. As long as you hit those macros, you should be okay. So I'm also actually going to put these, I did wash them, that's why they're putting wet stuff everywhere. I'm going to put these in the air fryer as well, because it's probably the quickest way to cook them. You can roast them. You can be really, really creative. But like I said earlier, I'm actually a really simple girl. And I think it's because I cook so much. I cook separate meals for James, my partner, because he likes to eat different things. And then I cook separate meals for my daughter, and then for my son as well, because he's celiac. So I just find I'm just in the kitchen a lot. So I like to do things really, really fast. So luckily I made sweet potato yesterday. I am going to cook that fresh stuff, but we are in a hurry today, so I'm going to just use the sweet potato I already had made. My protein source for this meal is going to be chicken breast, which I also prepared earlier. So I'm going to be getting 25 grams out of this, which for me is 80 grams. So I'm just going to chop that up. Sometimes the best way to meal prep is to actually do it in bulk. And then you just take bits and pieces as you need. Sammy! Sammy. This is Sammy. This is Sammy. So beautiful. Hi. Oh no, that's my chicken. Did you smell it? You did, didn't you? Yeah. Sammy's 9.
Yep.
So I love to garnish my meal with some vegetables for color. I'm doing some baby broccoli in the pan. Just char grilling it a little bit. This is what they do at Nando's. I think it's, this is baby broccoli, but I think they use broccolini and they put these herbs or spices on it. It's really, really nice. So the fat portion of this next meal, which is meal 4, is almonds, 7 grams once again. So this is basically the same as meal 3. It's just a different variation. I'm still getting those same macros, which is 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, and 7 grams of fat. Just finding different ways to do it and make it interesting so that dieting doesn't become so boring. Also, when you're eating too much of the same thing all the time, your body is not making different types of enzymes to break things down. So it's really important to keep some variety in for your health, for keeping things interesting, keeping it colorful, for nutrients, all that kind of thing. So yeah, make it interesting if you can. Use different colors. As long as there's good protein in there, lots of different vegetables, it should be good. So yeah, this is meal 4. So this is meal 5. I'm not joking. It's actually something that I do have once a week. I actually have a high calorie day where I do have some free food, whether it's some donuts or this or I don't know, like some chips or something like that, to once again boost up my metabolism and increase those calories on a day. And I do like a hard leg session and HIIT training on the same day. So I am kind of having that refeed to just keep everything working in my body and firing. Not like this diet that I'm currently doing is restrictive, but I feel like when you've been doing something restricting calories for a long period of time, it does a lot of damage, not only to the way that your metabolism works, to your hormones, to your mental health, all that kind of thing. So I feel like it's important to either have a diet break if you are dieting pretty hard, or some kind of refeed to keep your hormone balances and your body working optimally, and keeping training exciting and motivating as well. Because after a while, when you're in starvation, your training becomes really, really uninteresting and you become tired and moody. So that's not really what we want. We want to be making the body work at its most optimal state. So my last meal of the day has 25 grams of protein. It has 10 grams of carbs and 10 grams of fat. I actually ran out of salmon. I'd normally have salmon in this meal, but I've opted for eggs because that is what I have in the cupboard, or in the fridge, sorry. And I've added in some dill cucumbers because that's like my thing. Love pickles, love anything in a jar. And some carrot and some asparagus. So more vegetables, more fiber. And I've actually made the eggs look like some type of wrap. They are not. This is not a wrap, but it is an easy way of eating it. You know how people are really fussy about their eggs? Do you like it runny? Do you like it well cooked? Do you like it whole? Do you like it mashed? Do you like it flipped? Well, today I have... What's this called? What have I done to these eggs?
Omelette.
Oh yeah, it's an omelette. It's an omelette. It's an omelette wrap. And I have created this myself. Like, you could literally just like eat out of that. However, I have eaten today, so I need to make sure that I put this in the fridge for later. But this is basically what it looks like. This isn't for everyone. Sometimes I actually might swap this meal out and go oats again if I'm craving something a little bit sweet. But once again, like, these are your macros. You get to do what you want with them. As much variety as possible is good, so your body's getting used to processing and digesting different things. So do that where you can. But if you are someone that is like, just, you love certain meals or the same thing a couple of times a day, that is fine too. You do you. This is my last meal of the day. Once again, should have been salmon, ran out. We will go out and get some from the fishery, won't we, huh? Yeah. That's the thing. I get my salmon from a fish place. I don't actually buy it from the supermarket store anymore because I feel like I contracted a parasite when I had gut issues 2 years ago. So now I make sure that I get it wild caught. Learned the hard way. But I highly recommend sourcing, you know, if you can get organic meat, get organic meat. If you can get organic vegetables, get organic vegetables. Yeah. Same with eggs. If you can get like organic eggs. And I know that sometimes that these things are expensive depending where you are, but you know, we are what we eat. So if you're putting in the best of the best, you're gonna feel great. So keep that in mind when you are eating certain foods. But anyway, this is meal 5. So that sums up what I eat in a normal training day. However, just note that when it comes to my days off, I do eat a little bit lower calories and lower in carbohydrates. And then I also do have a training day, refeed day, which is higher in calories again. But as you guys know, like, your calories are calculated over a week. So once you figure out what they are, that kind of gives you leeway or some room to move when it comes to creating your meal plan. There is nothing worse than training and not feeling strong. So make sure that you are fueling yourself properly. Very, very important. For gains, for gains, for gains. They're just not impressive anymore, are they? For gains. Yeah, also if you like what you saw today, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I appreciate your support. And if there's anything else that you guys want to see in the next coming videos for YouTube, please let me know in the comments. If you thought my food looked gross, you can let me know that too. Sometimes I feel like for myself, my meals are so not interesting. I don't have the energy to make things look amazing. I'm pretty basic in the kitchen, I'm not gonna lie. I know how to cook, but I'm basic. Just thought I'll put that out there. Anyway, what else have I got to tell you? Oh yes, make sure if you haven't got your training sorted that you head over to Lift It app, which is my training app. And you can also record your food through there. There is a calorie counter, a macro counter, and it will spit you out calories and macros that you should, well, it thinks that you should be on as well if you need some guidance in that area. Also, if you don't have your training sorted, I've got many programs on there, programs for home, programs for the gym, all that kind of thing. So head over to Lift It app and train with me. Other than that, I hope you guys have an incredible week. Stay positive, stay strong, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.